This boat goes really well.
So 85 gallons on 8'10".
8'10" and
length.
46 pounds.
46 pounds total weight. Parting line, which is right there to here, I'm gonna guess that's 12 inches. I don't have a measuring tape with me. The bow looks about 15.
Yeah.
From the parting line. I definitely like the width.
Once it's floating.
Do you know the width here?
Yep. It looks like probably from like here where this curve starts, I would say that's 11-ish, 10 to 11
That's pretty
inches.
wide. That's wide, ain't it?
Yeah.
All right, fully outfitted, feels good. And it has the little carry strap. You guys kept that carry strap in there.
Oh, I love it.
Bow feels light on the shoulder.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it does feel light moving around.
Okay.
You know, people always ask me about like how a boat carries.
Yeah.
They're like, did you carry it? I was like, I did.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the footage.
All right, now I got a clutch. It's actually outfitted. The other one was just, I was just sitting there and hanging on. So I moved the bee's knees back and in, foam on the bulkhead, seats 1 notch back. Per Steven's suggestion, 1 notch back on the seat in there. That feels really good. So for y'all that don't know, Steven knows about every freaking line on this whole river. He's got hundreds of laps. We can do one of Steven's squatch rolls there. Yeah, that'd be the spot, wouldn't it? Double clutching. If you find the balance point, it stays up there. It's just getting it to that point. Should have rolled that. I'm noticing when it comes off of Boofs, it goes up and then it gets back on that rocker and just launches out. This thing boosts really good, and the bow's very light and high-rockered, so it skims out. You see how I can lift that bow up and around like that? Last minute you can kind of like engage it and lift it up. really like how it spins.
Yeah.
The ends stay out of the water.
Yeah.
I feel like if I didn't want to do anything, I'd just sit there and flat spin this thing. You got a creature craft, you better do something. Woo! Get him! You have to be careful surfing it. It'll drop back on the rocker and blast you out of there. So when you surf, you want to be a little more forward. And just going down river feels very stable, like the stability's there. They really do have kind of a mix of watch how this holds this line through this water, everybody. This might not be like big, massive Stikine level, but they've ran these down the Stikine in a lot of big water, and I could tell that this thing would work great for that. Very clean. Propel never hung up like a half slice does. I didn't switch it, but I did cross bow it. This boat goes really well. When it gets a lot of volume around it, I can tell it starts really like changing its characteristics. Yeah. Messed it all up. I had no speed on the rock. You want to switch paddles? Let me just... Oh, feel this crazy thing. Look how it just handles this, like, very easily. Overall thoughts of the boat, I like the way the bow carried up its speed. Like, it's got a lot of volume up here and it just hits and takes off. The tail, you can drive it off of this tail. It's never really engaged underwater. If you look back there, you can see how the tail is up out of the water. This has a beautiful amount of rocker. It seems like what Jackson's done is made a Gnarvana flow with a very thin tail, so you can pivot this thing around. I can get it vertical. I can stern squirt it. I can stern stall it. I can do it in flat water, but I think with enough practice, if I had one, I could really tune it in and get it vertical as much, I mean, easily on just about everything. It likes a good eddy line, but the funny thing is, even though you got a play tail, this thing runs the river extremely well. I came through a few rapids and I was like just trying to stay clean, and it was just beautiful. It just like went through. You could tell this thing starts really coming alive when you get a lot of volume around it, like a lot of water around it. So I could see how this would be a great big water boat, and just kind of like looking over it. I haven't had it on anything steep creeking, but just from what I can tell with the edges and how it feels, I think it'd be totally fine on the steep creeks. Comfortable, very comfortable, easily adjustable. It has a unishock bulkhead, bee's knees, the back band, I think it's the Sherlock back band is what they're calling it. Very comfortable. It didn't, I mean, I've been sitting in it all day and I feel great. I think this would be a great boat for anyone that just wants a creeker that is like, has that potential to play. The only thing that you could compare it to, like a lot of comparisons, are obviously the Waka Steez, but it's like the tail is fatter, so it's almost like the volume of a puffy Steez back there, but it stern squirts and stern stalls easier than the regular Steez, if not comparable. Maybe not as easy, but it's definitely comparable to the regular Steez. I have been very impressed with this boat. Everything that I threw at it today it handled it with no problem. This is something, I think this is another great addition from Jackson with the flow. Like I said in my other video, I wasn't that big fan of the Gnar, but I do like the flow a lot and the antics too. And then I like this one. This one's by far my favorite Jackson boat I think they've made. And you know, the rock stars are always good. They're as good as they're going to be anyway. You guys leave in the comments below if you've paddled one of these, what your opinion is on it, because I always like keeping the discussion open here. But right now, from what I've paddled it on the Nantahala and the Golly, I like this boat a lot. I think they did a really good job on it. This is something that I think anyone could just hop in from beginner to expert and really make it go. And I get it, yeah, they really only have one size of this, but you know, Dagger did this with a Phantom. If you're going to make it the boat, make it one size, and then if there's enough like demand behind it, they might do a small or large down the road. They never did a small or large Phantom, but you know what, the Phantom's good. I think the sizing on this thing for me is kind of like a true medium, maybe a slightly bigger medium is what it feels like to me. Seen Mason in it, he's like 145, and he's been handling it just easily. And I mean, I'm like 185, and it's felt great for me all day. But yeah, there it is, everybody. That's all I got today on the, you know, the Jackson Clutch. See you all in the next video.